How's it going, everyone? It's Liam Catterson here. It's episode 14 of season 2 of A Person of Interest. Excited to get into this episode. Yeah, I'm not really sure how this episode's gonna go, really, because, I mean, we've just come off, I would say, insane four-parter, I would even consider it, with the fact that, obviously, it all started with Donnelly thinking, well, he did technically catch the man in the suit. The problem was there were 3 others. And then, of course, we had Reese in prison. Reese got released, and then Donnelly caught him and Carter in cahoots. Obviously, we had that incident with Donnelly's death and Kara coming into the fold. So, yeah, to the point where she basically had a gun behind Reese's head. I'd say bomb's a more appropriate terminology here, but it was an unfortunate end for Kara, and I guess Snow as well. He decided, I'm going down to hell, you're going with me. So, and like I said, that kind of, for me, ended a bit of a four-parter, I would, consider that. So, but it was still really, really amazing. And like I said, I don't even know where this episode's going to go in terms of if it's going to be more low-key, if it's going to be, explosive. But I mean, season 2 has just been incredible stuff so far, so it has me excited to see what this episode can provide. So with that said, let's get into this episode of Person of Interest. It's episode 14 of season 2. Let's go.
Yeah. Did you get your popcorn ready, man? Because I'm about to put on a show.
Jimmy Simpson! Oh my god!
Oh, yeah. Hell no. Might have blocked that if you hadn't tripped on your skirt, Bigfoot.
The iconic Jimmy Simpson!
You said our latest number dropped out of college?
Be with your girl.
Yeah, whatever.
Make it rain! Later, bitches!
Even the head shake.
This guy?
Yeah, who the hell is this guy?
Social networking site called friendsare.com with his best friend from college.
Thought you invented social networking.
Yeah!
Pierce perfected it.
Oh,
His
so
site
he took the
has just
pieces
shy of a billion
and, yeah.
users.
Davidson wasn't the only cop who went missing last year. Detective Stills.
Oh,
Didn't
heck.
you two work together in the 51st?
A long time ago.
It was a
missing, their
one-cake
bodies never
scenario,
found.
nothing big.
Something's not right.
Oh, no. Is Bear okay? What's up with Bear? Is it because... Is this episode gonna break my heart or some shit? Because that was just not cool. Is he just missing Reese because he's just returned and then he's gone again and he's worried that Reese might be gone for a long time because...
No, he's a single-digit millionaire. John Wiley is valued at over $100 million.
Exactly how much money do you have?
Yes. Yes is the answer to that.
Hey, boss, what's your story?
John Wiley, hedge fund manager. How's that carried interest loophole treating you?
I'm sorry. I thought you were interesting.
Oh, wow! Damn!
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your
Left
seats
him
for
on
the
red.
auction portion of tonight.
Too rich for Cayman's blood. Anybody else?
Come on, John. I mean...
I'm so sorry.
Finch.
But this guy's too used to getting us.
He's got yes amount
$10
of
million,
money.
ladies and gentlemen. We've got $10 million going once.
Mr. Reese, this is not petty.
Pierce is not just encroaching on Cayman's business. He's encroaching on his wife.
Yep.
Oh, dear.
Oh dear indeed.
I know Pierce and
Oh dear, oh dear.
He's against the law to take off from a rooftop in Manhattan. Finch, how do we keep up with the guy who breaks all the rules?
Aye. There's no stopping this guy in terms of I can do whatever the hell I want.
2 planes.
Shit.
We started IFT to change the world.
I'd like to imagine this is taking place during the Reese flashback.
Scotch more expensive. What are we gonna do to stop the guys who did this?
Ooh, we're getting origins from Finch here. Machine origins. That's just so funny, though. You just think back to day one and all of that, and you think, okay, well, now we're getting the origins, but I guess there is, which is weird. I'm comparing this to Finch because, you know, Reese is usually the one that holds the Batman moniker, right? But I mean, you think about the first time. Well, it's just with any hero, really. I mean, you got to start day one somewhere, I guess. Like with Peter Parker, for example. There was a day he donned the Spider-Man costume and you know, in some cases chased the person who killed Uncle Ben. But there has to be a precedence for that origin to spark. There has to be something that lights the fire, if that makes sense. For Peter Parker, for example, it was Uncle Ben's death. For Batman, it was the murder of his parents. You get the idea. There has to be something that lights that fire for day one to happen, and it's the same here when it comes to Finch, where this is the thing that lights the fire in terms of, you know, the 9/11 attacks, and suddenly we get that, I guess, that beginning in the season 2 opener.
Pierce appears to be even more erratic than your typical billionaire.
No
The thing he
shame!
has to a routine is a weekly.
Have a nice day.
He's gonna know
Mr.
something's
Reese, I
up.
switched Pierce's titanium card for one with a listening device.
Yeah, I
also have
gathered
his
that,
online
but I'm
calendar. He'll
gonna
be heading back
suspect
to the
something.
office for
He's
a
gonna
round of
suspect
Friends
something's
Czar
up.
depositions.
Happens on Coney Island. Well, I guess nothing good really happens on Coney Island. Except for these dogs.
Apparently, he is unhinged.
We're gonna have to drop the lawsuit.
Finch, Emily's missing, and her lawyer just implied she's being intimidated.
But I wouldn't say.
to trial.
Finch, even his own company's having trouble curbing Pierce's behavior.
Glad to hear we're not alone.
He's very let loose. He just has no qualms whatsoever. Boom. He's gonna be cutting it close. There we go.
You saved them.
Woof! Nice and Finch!
I can protect you, but only if you let me stick with you for the next 48 hours.
Come on, he took care of your guys. You're gonna have to say yes. They can't do the job.
Sounds like fun. See, I knew you were interested.
Oh my god! It was just a facade once. Oh my god, what a dick. I kinda like him, I'm not gonna lie.
Not enough lives.
We've been over this, Nathan. The machine is gone.
What if we could still access it?
Back door. There we
decided we
go.
weren't going to play God. We weren't going to build.
Yeah, but Nathan
We
did.
decided.
You decide.
Oh shit. But moments like this is gonna create guilt.
Charts the phase in the orbit of the moon, tells time to the nanosecond. I don't have to wind it.
$2 million.
Oh, well.
I certainly hope not.
Yeah.
Court called an emergency meeting. Pierce is no longer CEO of Friends Czar.
Oh damn. Yeah, his erratic behavior.
Who died? Oh, God. Don't tell me it was me.
The
Kinda.
board thinks they can.
Is Pierce all right, Mr. Reese?
Should be.
Yes. But he's gonna have one hell of a hangover.
Worst one ever.
Tried to sell digital cameras, but by then it was too late because everyone had one in their phone.
Yeah.
So you didn't even see it coming. When the business failed, we lost everything.
And you
Too
think
little,
if you're
too late.
constantly evolving, this won't happen to you.
Yeah.
Of course it'll happen.
Gotta
If
be.
you accept change as inevitable, it doesn't crush you when it does.
That is
Every technology ages, John.
that's very,
The only
very
thing that never gets old
yeah,
is
fitting.
connecting with people. That's what everyone wants.
Center for Prince. You can escort our friend to the safe house.
Time to wake the billionaire.
I'm awake.
Oh, what the fire?
And just who are you?
Oh heck. He just appeared out of nowhere. Knowing people is a business for him, though, but bloody hell.
Folk suit. You're also the bank.
Damn.
And there's you, John. You took out my security guard's V.
Makes
He's a
him the
former Mossad
brawn.
agent and an expert in Krav Maga.
Oh.
So what I don't know is why you do what you do.
Let me remind you, Mr. Pierce, that we saved your life twice. Now, do you want to keep on butting into our affairs, or do you want to live?
No need to get testy. I was just making small talk.
He's just fascinated. He's just like bamboozled.
I'm afraid that you can't.
Place?
Apparently. Oh shit! We're leaving the States to Russia.
Halfway across the world for fried dumplings. Double fried.
Double fried. He's so fucking unserious. Ay ay ay. No.
Take a medical exam for his corporate insurance. His lawyer filed the paperwork.
You spiked his alcohol. You read about his allergy on his insurance application.
And then you took that to advantage. I just love how he just came out with, you spiked his alcohol, didn't you?
Full disclosure, I might have mentioned our little trip to one or two people.
1 or 200.
Be all business, can you?
If you're not gonna take your safety seriously, why should I?
He's just done with his shit.
But if those mistakes you made come back to haunt you, you will not expect me to cover for you. And we may be partners.
But she's got
We
a...
might even be friends, but
She's got...
I'm still a cop.
Yeah. Even if she breaks a few eggs with Reese and Finch, this whole situation, by the book.
Who's he? Pierce put you up at this hotel, didn't he?
Shit.
Finch, Emily's not working against Pierce. She's working with him.
Well, I guess we're breaking up the company.
Sorry, Pierce. You brought this on yourself.
Trying to... Oy. Low-key inevitable.
We need to bully and bury our competition.
I didn't hear you objecting.
It's because you weren't listening to me. How many times did I tell you I don't want to run a business like that?
I didn't want to run a business at all. Left me to do everything.
No, you took things into an ugly manner.
Love and friendship, even business.
What do you know about friends? All your friends want you dead.
Well, that's because you're a piece of shit.
I had him right where I wanted him, you know.
Of course you did.
You need to get new friends, Pierce.
I couldn't agree.
I think he's decided he wants to help out the non-relevant, cases. Every life matters. Oh man.
Friends are. Pierce is partnering with software engineer Emily Morton and, surprisingly, Ben Kamen, his former rival.
Thanks, Jen. Now
Hey, rivals can become friends. Ask Shadow the Hedgehog.
All right.
Man, you crazy.
Yeah, I've heard that.
They're like it. Holy shit. Look at him go. Oh my god, Reese. Go on, Reese. Go on, Reese. Yes. Go, bro.
Why you do what you do. Altruism. How's that working out for you?
Altruism. Love it.
Just a little thank you.
It's gonna be a watch.
So, I guess.
No, a date.
You got me a date?
No, Bear.
You, Bear.
No.
He needs a friend. Hello.
Good thinking, Finch.
Yeah. I had a feeling he would be tracking the watch.
That was a very expensive watch. Not to mention a gift.
A gift equipped with GPS.
A cunning billionaire with unlimited resources.
My friend is just curious enough to be dangerous.
Yeah. Oh, threat to admin, yes. I wouldn't mind him returning, though, to be fair. I mean, there does become that, like, possibility that, well, especially with the fact that he was trying to track down Finch and Reese with the watch, and I really, really loved that. I had a feeling he was going to be tracking that. I mean, it's a little payback and all of that for the card, but I'd say the door's open, especially with how very, I guess, intuitive he is when it comes to, like, assessing Finch and Reese, and, yeah. So, I mean, he was very enjoyable, but could be very, very reckless, but, yeah. I mean, I guess it does, kind of become very, very understandable in terms of getting removed from Frenzar, getting that non-compete clause, that non-compete agreement in place and all of that, and well, he can help Emily out. It's just that the alternative, would not happen. So, but it was just really, really great stuff. I found it very, very fun, and I found Logan's character very fun. So yeah, and you know, just seeing Jimmy Simpson like on this episode, like it was already giving me like good hopes. And with reason, because he was just very enjoyable. I feel like with Logan's character, very compelling, very investing, especially when he's talking about, of course, I mean, to be fair, there does seem to be, and I know I joked about it early on in regards to Elmo. I had to get that jab out there and whatnot because, I mean, he's a piece of shit and yeah. But funnily enough, there does seem to be a bit of a, I don't know, maybe a Zuckerberg aspect to his character the more you delve into this episode, of course. So, I mean, just with the way that he was constructed in this episode, and his backstory as well, the motives to why he, to I guess why, he pursues the path he is on and all of that. It's very interesting. But what I found very interesting was, of course, with Justin trying to get him out the way and all of that. I did find it very, very interesting in regards to what he had to say, or what Justin had to say, I guess you could say, when it came to Logan and how he was really in business. I mean, the non-compete clause being void was a huge plus to help Emily out. So, but I think that was all deliberate because of the fact and the whole reckless attitude thing, as well as just everything about his mannerisms in this episode, as well as the fact that he is a very, very intelligent and I guess deep person, especially when he was talking about, connection is the thing that, people do strive for. It does make you think about the fact how he deliberately sabotaged himself when it came to Frenzar so he can help out Emily. Based on the fact that, well, with Justin, he was just, if anything, opted to bully other competition out, which doesn't really fit Logan's narrative, I would say, because you just got to think, though, with with him being involved with Frenzar, and you've got all of these other like companies and all of that, there isn't that connection and all of that. There's no reason to bully and all of that. And I feel like with the bullying that Justin inhabited and whatnot. There was it was like self-sabotage really when it came to Logan and his antics, because you saw the board members who were like not done with they were done with his shit, should I say. It was just something that really came to mind when that whole kerfuffle came about, when that whole idea of Logan telling Justin, well, you're bullying the competition, and of course Justin retorted about the fact that, well, you left me to do all of the business decisions, etc. Whilst he was gallivanting about, he was partying around, all because of the fact that, well, Justin wouldn't listen to what Logan had to say. It was just whoosh over his head. So the best thing that Logan could have done was self-sabotage, so that the whole non-compete clause would just go in void, and he could help out someone who, did remind him of Justin, but someone who has a heart, aka Emily. So it was just something that was very, very nicely, for me, that really did hit, because it was just a very, very good, I guess, culmination of his antics and all of that, and I guess the reasonings why he was so reckless and left Justin to do all of the decision making, because Justin, it was like talking to a brick wall with Justin, right? So yeah, but again, it also is very, very fitting in regards to, well, I don't want on this train anymore. I want to help out the competition. If anything, I don't want to, bully them. I don't want them to feel I don't want them to feel intimidated, etc. I want them to actually, feel comfortable in what they're doing, etc. So that's the vibe I'm definitely taking in regards to Logan's character. Yeah, he was quite annoying for Reese and all of that, but it's definitely the way that Jimmy pulls off the charm and all of that, and I guess what ultimately happened towards the end of the episode, it really does paint a good picture in terms of, how well done Logan's character is. He could be very unlikable, but he wasn't whatsoever. And it's not just the acting, but I feel like it's the story that developed in this episode. And maybe we will see Logan again at one point, especially with how efficient he is. He tried to have one last laugh against Finch and Reese, I would say, with the tracking in the watch. So, yeah, but nada. So, but I really, really loved the... Of course, there was that friendship aspect that was a good theme in this episode. But I really, really enjoyed how things panned out with just the entire story. And it was pretty laid loose, wasn't it, in terms of... obviously we've had a very, I guess, heavy four-parter with episode 10 to episode 13, and it was it's all well and good to have an episode that is, not so much high stakes. I mean, there are high stakes for Fusco, which we'll get onto in a moment, but it's not going to be anything like Reese having a bomb strapped to his chest, etc. So yeah, but it was just really, really great stuff. So yeah, I felt so bad for, like, my heart was breaking for Bear. It was for Finch as well, when he was, trying to get him to play fetch and Bear wouldn't have any of it. My heart broke in regards... And the thing is, so I really, really kind of... I don't know, there was this kind of struggle when it came to Finch trying to figure things out. I mean, he's on it when it comes to problems and all of that, but... You could see he was absolutely worried and trying to look for answers to understand why Bear is not playing ball, really. And yeah, it was just breaking my heart. So yeah, and you know, like, especially my first thought definitely would be the idea of, like, when we started this episode, was the potential that Reese is gone. Last time Reese was gone, he was away for a long time, and he doesn't want to be apart from Reese again. So it's like, you know, it breaks, like, I'm just breaking my own heart even further. But, I mean, it was just really, really hard, wasn't it? So, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, this was a really, really great episode. Even the flashbacks as well, which, I guess, again, there was that fire that I guess lit the way in terms of, I guess, where Finch would go in terms of creating the machine in order to prevent another, you know, 9/11, etc. And, yeah, so... And I was just thinking back to, like, the Jessica and Reese bit when, you know, they found out about, you know, what was happening, of course. And again, I'd like to imagine that, you know, those two are playing side by side just for the, you know, I guess the extent, like, it's just a kind of a, I don't know. That's just something that just seems right and all of that, with them two scenes just playing at the same time. So, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, it was very, very interesting stuff to see the flashbacks come about, especially with the fallout of Finch giving away that technology, and Nathan Ingram was not too pleased about it, and he still got involved, didn't he, in terms of helping out the numbers that came about. Of course, we're still yet to learn about the details about Finch and Ingram and what happened there in terms of, well, how Ingram died, but yeah, it's just very, very fitting in terms of how Nathan tried to take matters upon himself, in terms of, you know, Finch was being very adamant against it, and Nathan was, there was a duty of care for Nathan. So, yeah, but it was just very, very interesting, and it was just very interesting to see the strain or the dynamic between the pair being tested, really, because you know, we've seen quite a bit of them in flashbacks, and they have such a really, really good vibe. But this was a test, I would say, for them, for these two, with Nathan wanting to help out, and he decided to do so with a number that came up that was irrelevant. You know, her life still mattered, which is just very, very interesting stuff. And it all is going to lead to Finch being in the position where he is in today. So, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, there was also, like I said, the whole not the Kara situation. Kara's dead. Fusco and Carter was what I was going to say. And yeah, it's all becoming more and more worrisome for Fusco. Carter's getting more and more involved in, to the point where Stills, I think his name was, the other cop that was missing. His name has come up, and it's getting more dangerous for Fusco. And I love the fact that he tried to, you know, see how Carter would respond in regards to, okay, well, say, you know, something, you know, about my past comes up, etc. And it was that, there's a struggle there for Carter in terms of, like, there is this, like, friendship, you would say, but even though that she does help, like I said, in the reaction itself, even though she will break a few eggshells on all of that, or, you know, break a few eggs, should I say, in terms of helping Finch and Reese, she still, that doesn't mean, okay, well, I'm throwing the entire book out the window. She still has to play things safe, especially within the NYPD. So if something dodgy comes about for Fusco, then she can't have his back. And it is just, it is just a very, very, you know, rough situation for Fusco. He's wanting to, like, again, this episode really, of course, did talk about friends and the connections, etc. And this is all of Fusco wanting to know if Carter will have his back, and where does the line draw for Carter in regards to, well, if Fusco has done something dodgy, you know, how far has he gone beyond that line, if that makes sense. So, and it's a bummer for Fusco, because we've grown to love Fusco over the course of this season, of the show, should I say. But there is a noose tied around his neck at the minute, and it doesn't help that Simmons keeps chirping in his ear like the annoying prick that he is. So, but he's in a very, very tight spot, and he just wants to know that, you know, the closest person, I'd say someone who he is the most connected with in the NYPD, he just wants to know if she's gonna, you know, have his back. And that is just like a kick in the ribs, isn't it? So, yeah. I mean, you could say that's the same thing when it comes to Ingram and Finch, I guess, with, you know, Ingram wants Finch's support, but there was that ultimatum, I guess, where for Ingram. So... And it just create that disappointment, doesn't it? So, yeah, they have to move on, or they don't. And Nathan doesn't want to move. We saw him create that back door, because he still has that loyalty to help others out, etc. So. And yeah, there is this whole situation on, you know, do you have my back, etc. Whilst he wants to help out the other whilst he wants to help out those on the irrelevant list. So, yeah, but it was just a really, really great episode. Like I said, Logan's character was very, very fun, very flamboyant, very eccentric. You know, fingers crossed as well, that he does make a return, but we'll just have to wait and see. Some characters do, some characters don't, so I just hope that with Logan, it's a case of the former rather than the latter. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next time then. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check out my videos on the right. If you want to check out more of my content, you can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Toodles!